2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Last game for Chicago, they ended up with a loss to Golden State. They suffered a blowout loss, trying to leave that one in the rear view and focus on the game at hand. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, man. You know,
Huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler, the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. We're all set to bring you NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. Look at the Heat, still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer to where they were a season ago.
And there's history. Some bad blood between these two teams that makes it all the more interesting.
These are two clubs that know each other well, the strengths, the weaknesses. It's going to be a tactical battle.
Smitty, we'll be seeing a pair of teams tonight who both prefer to slow the tempo and play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
So here's Miami's starting group. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Olynyk down low with Whiteside. And it's Richardson in at the small forward. Now here's Richardson. Outside Dragic. Whiteside a screen on Grant. It's Dragic with the drive. He can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Mirotic against Olynyk. Mirotic's shot is off. Here's Miami now, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
And as a visiting team, you're already behind the 8-ball. Can't afford to give up opportunities like that.
And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Mirotic the screen. No good from Grant. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dragic dishes to Waiters. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Dragic, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Dragic has got his second basket.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Went.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
Levine.
Oh, yes. Goodness. The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now, here's Richardson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Now with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone the way he goes about defending the rim. It's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good from Whiteside.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Well, Heat leading by 4. Dragic with it. Now defended by Grant. Whiteside kicks to Richardson. Screen by Olynyk. Feeds to Dragic. That 3 off the mark. Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Now here's Lopez. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Levine. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Good recognition by Levine. Has the defender where he wants him. Doesn't let him off the hook.
And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
That free throw, no good.
I mean, thinking back to where Levine was drafted, 13th overall, raised some eyebrows, but it was all about upside.
And he's good on the second.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
Now here's Grant. And Holiday, here we go. And Holiday throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the 3-ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooting.
Mirotic hits the bucket.
You have to like seeing Mirotic take these mid-range shots. He's not afraid to fire from there.
And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. Richardson the pass to Dragic. Dishes it to Olynyk. Shot clock at 6. Right side, good.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
Levine with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Up off the screen, and Levine throws it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. The Heat have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Right side a screen. Olynyk sets a screen for Waiters. Pass to Olynyk. Kicks it to Whiteside. A second chance effort. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Whiteside's got 6 points.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out. Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's done in for Jaren Grant. Here's Levine. And again, no good by Chicago. The Heat with the lead. Waiters with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. Screen by Olynyk. Dragic kicks to Waiters. It's rebounded by Portis. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Dunn dishes to Levine. And he slams it down right on top of Hassan Whiteside.
Explosive move there by Zach. Quick first step, then a thunderous finish.
Miami's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Olynyk against Mirotic. Raiders on the wing. Rebound by the Bulls. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Now here's Waiters. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Dunn passes to Mirotic. And a miss there on the triple.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
Here's Dunn. 8 points his last outing. The pass to Levine. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Miami trailing. Outside Dragic. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Portis.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
Dunn passes to Portis. Levine dishes to Mirotic. Over Winslow. Back to Levine. And Mirotic throws it down.
That's nice patience by Zach Levine. Finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
The Heat trail by 3. And last season, so many battles going on in the Chicago Bulls organization, Steve, and they weren't all on the court. Hoiberg was in a difficult place, but was given a vote of confidence for this season from that front office.
You know, it had to be hard for Hoiberg as he's had a lot of things working against him. The roster hasn't matched how he has envisioned this offense working. Then infighting with players and management has put him in a tough spot.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mindset, and come back out fresh.
So for the Bulls, Markkanen comes in for Mirotic, and David Nwaba is subbed in for Levine. And a new group in for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. It's tipped. They retain possession. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Johnson. Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. And Smitty, would you ever be interested in joining a team as a general manager or a personnel guy in a front office in the league?
I would, Kevin. I mean, I love everything about the game of basketball, and obviously played it, been in broadcasting. But a GM role is something I've always talked about, coaching, front office, whatever it may be. I'll be happy because I'm in the game of basketball. And then, Kevin, if I get that job, are you coming with me?
I'm always with you, by your side and ready to go. But let me ask you, when you were playing, Steve, did you consciously think, hey, someday I might be a coach, or I'd like to sit up in the stands and evaluate talent? Does it go through your mind in the throws in the middle of your career?
Yes, it does. And a lot of the guys, I would say my mentors, one was Lenny Wilkins. He did a fantastic job. Player coach at one time. I've talked a lot to him. My wife and Joe Dumar's wife are sisters, so me and Joe have a close relationship. Pat Riley, I picked the brains of the best, and hopefully one day I'll get that chance, and hopefully I'll make that move. But right now, I'm loving what I'm doing.
And so here is Miami after Denzel Valentine missing on that last 3-pointer. Lets it fly. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Dunn. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
Johnson, the pass to Johnson. Here's McGruder. Johnson the screen. Now Winslow. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. From deep 3-point range, there's the call on James Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him. Olynyk, he's checked in for James Johnson. Chicago's gone 0-4 from 3-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Dunn kicks to Portis. Passes to Nwaba. Now here's Markkanen. He's guarded closely. And good that time. Markkanen's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And how about the D was excellent there, but Markkanen just so skilled, and with that size, still able to finish. Wow, this guy's got a chance to be special.
Now here's Johnson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Johnson the screen. Winslow dishes to Olynyk. There's the pick. Here's McGruder. Tries again. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Got a hand on it. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Pass to McGruder. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Cleaning the glass, I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Then it's Johnson, and it's Magruder in at the 2-guard spot. Puts it up. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And for the Heat, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Pass to Adebayo. Back to Johnson. To the inside. Magruder. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Nwaba. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
The dish to Johnson. Now here's Winslow. Tight defense on him. From 11 feet away, Olynyk can't hit. Chicago trailing here. You know, you think about the way the Bulls ended their season last year, snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And in fact, Smitty, they jumped off to a 2-0 series lead, but then the reverse sweep happens to them.
Yeah, it did. Hard to say how deep they could have gone if they stayed healthy, but they almost put those Cinderella slippers on as an 8th seed. Losing Rondo, it hurt. This team just never looked the same in that series.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just grown man work from Dunn inside. His incredible athleticism really helping get him these types of shots.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. So for the Bulls, Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Justin Holiday comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Grant in for David Nwaba. Heat also with a sub. Richardson's checked in. And that one misses. Well, Steve, with all the sharpshooters in the league right now, we'll always see the pick and roll. It's never going to go away. Usually it was a small and a big. A guard getting the screen, the big then rolling inside and getting the pass. But now, because the players are sometimes, we see smaller lineups, a lot of guards on the floor, 3 guards at a time. Sometimes you do see a guard-to-guard pick and roll. You see different sizes combining with the most standard play in the league.
You're totally right, Kevin. You look at the pick and roll, the hardest play to defend, and now we have the pick and pop. The bigs are not rolling, and like you said, we have guard-to-guard pick and roll. You want to just create a mismatch, and because of all the spacing, it's so hard because when a guy rolls down the lane, there's such a long run for defenders now. So that's why the pick and roll is great, especially with the new defensive rules. You can't be in the lane, so it opens it up even more.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Now, here's Richardson. He's tightly guarded. Adebayo with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Holiday left side. Over Richardson. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
Zach LaVine's checked in for the Bulls. And Miami with a change here, too. Whiteside's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were marked by exceptional defense. This last group, led by Derrick Rose, similarly built on a defensive-minded philosophy. Let's just see if they get back to their roots with this new push.
Here's Holiday, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Miami called for the foul. The Bulls have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far. Free throw, good, Holiday. And, Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
The Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Both free throws good from Holiday.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
To the paint. Here's Whiteside. Here's Adebayo. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One shot.
Well, one reason this Bulls team had such a tough time getting easy wins last year, it was their shooting. Second lowest made threes in the league. Just didn't have the personnel to make it happen.
Mirotic, the pass to Holiday. Back to Mirotic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Mirotic has got 7 points in the game.
When Mirotic gets free beyond the arc, he is letting it fly. Just a knockdown shooter who loves stroking the three ball.
Here's Adebayo. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Holiday. And for the Bulls and their poor shooting, had to trade some shooters mid-season as well. In fact, Smitty ended with the lowest effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Not having shooters, that will do that to you. Overall, had a bottom 10 rated offense. For the offense they want to run, they are going to need better threats outside.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
Free throw good, LaVine. The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And so LaVine nails both of them. And in the early season, plenty of optimism for teams. Is there any complacency, Steve, a feeling that you can lose one here, lose one there, and you can make up for it down the stretch?
Well, the good teams, they feel like that. A lot of times you look at it and say you don't take losses as bad when you have a couple star players or impact players out. You figure when we get those guys healthy, you just want to be able to play the right way, and when they come back, then you can start to make your push.
Here's Waiters. Up again. Mirajic grabs the miss.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
And LaVine, here we go. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Waiters outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Can you believe it? He's missed every shot he's taken, yet this team still continues to hold the lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dragic with it, now defended by Grant. And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Dragic with a screen for Johnson. Here's Whiteside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Bulls.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Second free throw, no good.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big 3 era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
And here's Richardson outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Mirajic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Grant dishes to Lopez. And the layup is good. Lopez has got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
From 12 feet out, the shot will not fall. Now the Heat take it the other way. Waiters gets a wide open look, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Well, not the best look they can get, but at the end of the day, it's all about shot making.
Lopez a screen. Here's LaVine. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Grant against Dragic. Back to Whiteside. And slammed in by Whiteside.
And he's just always an easy target on the alley-oop. With Whiteside's size and wingspan, it's just a matter of putting the ball up there where only he can go get it.
Grant kicks to LaVine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Holiday. Miami grabs the miss.
And a nice job of utilizing his body to get around the defender, but that's just a tough one to knock down consistently.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Levine against Richardson. And Levine, here we go. And yes, it's good. Levine's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Dragic, the pass to Whiteside. There's the screen to the middle. Here's Waiters. No good that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Levine dishes to Mirotic. Johnson with the block. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Grant. Averaging 9 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Levine, and David Nwaba subbed in for Justin Holiday. Right side a screen. Dragic with a wide open look and misses it off the right side of the rim.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
Here's Mirotic. Sinks that one from the post. Mirotic has got 7 points for the quarter.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
The Heat trail by 3. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Winslow setting the pick for Whiteside. The feed now to Waiters. Hands it from downtown. Waiters got 5 points so far.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Now here's Valentine. Covered by Winslow. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Wasted no time on that one.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Kept alive. Here's Portis. Valentine wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Finds some space out beyond the arc.
Johnson the screen. Johnson with a screen on Grant. Dragic kicks to Waiters. 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound Heat. Tries again. Right side the pass to Johnson. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
Dragic against Grant. Valentine dishes to Mirotic, and Mirotic throws it down.
Mirotic not known as a high riser, but he can sneak up on you. The big guy making his mark on the highlight reel.
And here is Waiters. He's got 5. 19 seconds left in the second quarter. Right side a screen. Now here's Waiters. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Heat out front, up 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they're getting beat up on the boards, Ernie. Woo. Smack them around. And you know the coach is unhappy about it, because I'm unhappy about it, Ernie. I'm sure he's in the locker room right now saying, hey, we can bounce back in the second half. You need to dig deep, show some pride.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And welcome back as we take you for a cruise up the Chicago River. Beautiful, beautiful Chicago, Illinois. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
I'm sure the D will improve from this point on, and because of that, he needs to up the ante in his attacks to the rim, too.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Grant. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Mirotić. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound in this one. Raiders against Holiday. Feeds to Richardson. Whiteside sets the pick for Richardson. A floater, and Mirotić sends it back. Grant with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Bulls have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Grant. Oh, so many we've talked about it. The growth of the game around the globe has really been something to see. How about among international players, guys that catch your eye?
Giannis, his name keeps coming up in all these conversations. Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford has been fantastic. Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, Rudy Gobert. There's so many different names. These guys stand out, but I think the young guys is Giannis, Porzingis. Those are the guys I'm really looking at.
I'm a Dragic fan, too. Goran Dragic is a guy I like, though. He's a slasher. He's a guy that will drive.
He's been very solid.
Grant against Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Grant. Here's Dragic. And no good that time. Some solid defense from Grant. Holiday goes in. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Bulls have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And really the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
Free throw, good, Holiday. And so he hits both. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Dragic against Grant. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Trying to break that ice cold streak. Drained for 2 points. Waiters got 7 points. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And stolen by Richardson. 3 on 3. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 3-point Miami lead. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Dishes to Mirotic. Shoots over Olynyk. That one a little long.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Waiters passes to Olynyk, and it's Miami with another.
And really the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Outside Holiday. In the corner, it's Levine. Right wing. Here's Grant. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Grant's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Dragic dishes to Waiters. Over Holiday, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he knocks down the first one. Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago. Chris Dunn comes in for Jaren Grant. And then for Miami, Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Bulls trail by 4. Dunn with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Clock at 6. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
He dishes it to Waiters. He feeds it to Olynyk. That's tipped.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Lopez with the bucket.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
The Heat have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Kicks it to Waiters. Here's Olynyk, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
And Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
This is his first free throw of the game.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
No good on that one. Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Heat. Good on the second free throw. Bulls trail by 3. And it's done in the corner. It's deflected. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Richardson over Levine, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Heat have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Dunn. He kicks to Markkanen. On the wing, Levine. Puts up a 3. Miami grabs the miss.
Woo! Weak effort to set a screen allows the defender to get right in position.
And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
For Chicago, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Both free throws good from Holiday. And here are the Heat now. 6-point lead. And it's McGruder in the corner. The pass to Adebayo. The dish to Richardson. Richardson with a screen for Johnson. Richardson the pass to Adebayo. Here's the screen. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And it's McGruder missing. Bulls have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Holiday dishes to Dunn. With the teardrop, Levine. Johnson with the block. Here's Levine. Here's Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Here's Adebayo. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Adebayo's got 14.
Surveying the defense there. He makes a terrific read. Robin Lopez, a player who does more for a team than what shows up on the stat sheet. Very effective inside with his ability to contest. Another one for Zach. He has a scorer's mentality. Very dangerous when he gets into rhythm.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Good ball movement here by the Heat. There's the pick. Passes it to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Levine. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there by Johnson.
Awfully hard to get back into the game when one of your key shooters is this ice cold and has been all quarter. Wow, and this is his range. Maybe he was too wide open.
And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Levine. And that's now 6 points for Lauri Markkanen. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Now Richardson, pass to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Holiday. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up
as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
So for the Bulls, Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Denzel Valentine comes in for Zach LaVine. And David Nwaba is subbed in for Justin Holiday. And then for Miami, Johnson comes in for Olynyk. And it's Justin Winslow in for Richardson. They get it again. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket for Markkanen.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. Johnson the screen. Clock at 6. Winslow the pass to Adebayo. They set the pick. And it's Magruder missing.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
Yes, he is definitely going to the bench and maybe to the locker room. Taking a workman-like approach inside. That's the shot you want.
Pass to Winslow. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. No good from outside.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is everything but the finish.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. And there's the pass to Magruder. Johnson outside. The feed to Winslow. No one near him. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Stolen by Winslow. And it's the Heat on the break. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
And he makes the little adjustment just as he goes to lay it in.
The Heat have gone 9 of 13 from the line. And the free throw, no good. Chicago trailing here. Here's Valentine, and he uses the glass on the layup. Valentine's got 6.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Feeds it to Winslow. There's the screen. Johnson kicks to Magruder. Dishes it to Johnson. 5 on the clock. From deep. And it's Magruder missing.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
For the lead, Portis kicks to Valentine. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Johnson the screen. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Passes it to Magruder. For 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. A baseline J. And it's Miami with the rebound. Johnson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Magruder kicks to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. They set the screen. Fires at the elbow. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got his first points of the game.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
Dunn kicks to Portis. Dunn with it. Johnson on him. It's good. Dunn's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Johnson's shot is off. The Bulls shooting in the second half so far about 45%. kicks to Markkanen. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Overdone. And it's Johnson again missing. The Bulls shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Valentine passes to Dunn. Here's Markkanen. He dishes it to Valentine. Waba kicks to Valentine. Pass to Portis. And it's Dunn in the corner. And that misses. That would have put him up. And Miami shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Here's Johnson. Johnson the screen. Winslow. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Heat lead by 3. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we take it off the glass.
And obviously the approach Eric Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they're at their best.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Waiters and Winslow are the wings. Whiteside is out there with Johnson. And it's Dragic in at the point.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Oh, no question. He just punishes the opposition in that category, and there's no end in sight.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Now here's Valentine. Not a lot of room, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Winslow. Johnson the screen. To the inside. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Heat lead by 5.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, second of the game.
The dish now to Whiteside. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Right wing. Here's Mirotic. That 3 off the mark. Miami leading by 4. 3 on 3. Outside Dragic. He feeds it to Whiteside. Winslow kicks to Waiters. Whiteside a screen. Shot off the pick. The second effort. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First free throw is good. So for the Bulls, Robin Lopez is checked in for Portis. Zach LaVine comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Justin Holiday subbed in for David Nwaba. And then for Miami, Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Winslow. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bulls trail by 6. Out left to the wing. Back to Grant. Bulls moving the ball around. And Mirotic kicks to Lopez. Inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Beautiful shot fake from Mirotic. That's his pet move. You got to read the scouting report.
Hey, Steve, when Mirotic came over to the NBA, he had an immediate impact and showed a lot of promise to grow. Unfortunately, he has been stagnant since his strong rookie season. Any idea why?
Mirotic is just a bit of what you see, what you get kind of player. Not terribly consistent game to game or shot to shot. Can stretch the floor, but doesn't give you much else.
The first free throw is good.
Nikola Mirotic, a versatile big man and a good shooter. Very skilled for a player of his size.
And so Mirotic nails both of them.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
Shots good by Waiters. Bulls trail by 6. Grant outside. He kicks it to Mirotic. The 3. And again, Chicago, no good. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
The Heat leading by 6. Unloads from 13. The rebound by Holiday. Richardson against LaVine, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And Holiday kicks to Grant. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for Jaren Grant.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Raiders for 3. The Heat keep it going, a new 24-second shot clock. Here's Whiteside, and it's sent back by Lopez.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Heat shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Dragic dishes to Waiters. Screen by Olynyk. Out to the wing. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. And the Heat lead by 5.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Holiday. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And here's Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Grant. Here's Dragic, kept alive. Whiteside, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Miami leading by 5. The pass to Richardson. Whiteside, high post. Dragic kicks to Richardson. The 17-footer. Another shot, and it's laid in by Whiteside. Whiteside's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Levine against Richardson. Mirotic, a screen on Dragic. Mirotic's shot is off.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
Waiters against Grant. Waiters passes to Olynyk. Richardson with the screen on Levine. Stolen by Levine. For the finish. Look at that jam.
Nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree. You know, he's a triple threat in the open court. He can beat you from the inside, outside, and everything in between.
There's the feed to Olynyk. Right side a screen. Lopez over to help. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Bulls trail by 5. Grant dishes to Holiday. Lopez kicks to Holiday. Here's Levine. Here's Lopez. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. He's off on that one. And it's Chicago the other way.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
To the wing on the left. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Back to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes that one. Now just a 1-point Miami lead.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Grant against Dragic. And here's Richardson outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists now in this one. Grant kicks to Levine. Waiters against Holiday. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Mirotic.
The long arms of Mirotic. When he's got a good chance to shoot down inside, he's always going to take it.
Whiteside, the pass to Dragic. There's the screen, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic.
And right there, a little miscommunication on that pass.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
You know, this is the right move. Maybe a break in the action will cool him down.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field, and a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. This is a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move, right now. Kevin?
Lopez inside. He's covered by Whiteside. Grant, right side. Feeds it to Levine. Over Richardson. And the shot falls short this time. By himself. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Man, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D. Takes it himself uncontested.
Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. Dishes it to Grant. Levine against Richardson. Levine can't hit.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Basket counts. Bulls trail by 6. Now here's Grant. Passes to Mirotic. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Here's Waiters. Count that one. Waiters got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Whiteside, a screen on Holiday. Waiters for 3, and the Heat, another 3.
And you can see there, the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Here's Levine. He can't get it to go. And the Heat going the other way now. Baseline J on the way. No good from Dragic.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
1:35 left in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. Waiters outside. Kicks to Richardson.
Lopez can be such a thorn in your side with his defensive presence.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Again, Levine missing. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
There's the double team with Grant. Richardson for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Bulls trail by 9. And Holiday kicks to Grant. Shot from 12. And that one hits back iron. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Dragic dishes to Waiters. Back to Dragic. Down low. And Whiteside with the basket on the assist from Dragic. And the Heat lead by 11.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
And the dunk by Olynyk.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Levine. Again, Levine missing.
I like the aggressiveness. What I don't like is the lack of efficiency.
Outside Dragic. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Goran, congrats on the win tonight. Bench really came through tonight. What all has to happen for this team to really be clicking?
I mean, everybody's playing hard, you know, even the guys from the bench. You know, we need everybody, even including the bench. Everybody has to be focused, play hard, and especially in defense.
True team effort, got it done tonight. Thanks, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.